So this was the second small experiment I was running. This scrap is a 10K 1/20th gold filled scrap, and I'm putting an AP, see where some of the foils are coming off and the copper's being exposed. I don't know, copper, brass, whatever that is. But you can see the foils there. What I was thinking of doing is just running this batch through there and then recovering the foils with filtration. So that's what we have. I'm going to turn the bubbling on, and that's it. That's my little AP station here. It's got holes drilled in it to drain. The solution is still relatively green, but it's a little dark, so I'm going to bubble it, and we'll get that back. You can see it's green right there. So, you know, we're going to keep at it. All right, so this was some of the gold-filled material, and I had put it in AP and put the bubbler on it. Man, it took off. So I'm going to recover this a little bit and then put the rest of it in here and let it eat. But I feel like this is probably a little bit better. It takes a couple of days instead of, you know, really fast. But man, I feel like that's probably the better way to go after this gold-filled stuff. So I did a 55-gram sample run and got 3 grams, and maybe a little bit more. I'll have to go over the notes. And I can't remember what this was, but this is the 1/20th 14K stuff. And I suspect some of it is fake. So, you know, we'll see what the yield is, but I will incinerate this, and then we're going to put it in AR. All right, welcome back. This is the 1/20th 14-karat gold-filled scrap. I had dissolved the base metals in AP solution, so like I said, we're going to incinerate these papers, and then we're going to put that in AR, okay? I'm going to give you live footage. You can see some of the gold-filled scrap right there now. All right, I'm gonna let that cool off. I'll probably have to flip it. I feel like there's probably papers that didn't get incinerated. So I'll flip it, and then we'll heat it up, let it cool, and we're gonna put it in AR. All right, so we've added the hydrochloric acid, and we will have just to add a little splash of nitric, just a few mils. And then we're going to set this aside and let it cook, and we'll come back in a little while. I couldn't walk away. It's only been a few minutes, and we're already starting to get a vigorous reaction. You can see the bubbles in the reaction. A little bit of copper going in solution, some nitrous dioxide being formed, and like I said, we're going to let this cook and then come back to it. So here is the solution. It has a little excess nitric. We're going to use some sulfamic acid to dissolve it. Yeah, I know. I went for quick reaction. I had a couple extra mils of nitric there. So I'm going to come back, and we're going to add some iron sulfate to drop the gold. All right. All right, so this is the filtered solution. I had to filter it twice. You can see it's got a little copper in it. We're going to dilute it, and then I'm going to add my copper sulfate. Excuse me, iron sulfate. God, man. We're going to add iron sulfate. And then I'm going to heat it. I love that. I just love watching that. And I'm going to heat it and then come back and hopefully beat the thunderstorm. Looks like it's coming up. Man, these things, damn it. That's just awesome. We got a little bit of colloidal gold on top right there. But like I said, we're going to heat it. I'll probably let it set tonight and then we'll dry it tomorrow. All right, so this is the gold that was dropped with the iron sulfate. Man, that looks not too bad. You can see it's kind of got that cinnamon color. I like using the ferrous sulfate because it just drops the gold. And man, you know, when dealing with like that e-waste, you get, if you look at the difference between gold dropped with SMB and ferrous sulfate, it's totally different. Contaminants are still in the SMB, but this ferrous sulfate, man, it really works good. So I'm in my fume hood here. We poured it off, and I'm going to boil that, rinse it, and we'll get a weight. And look how well that's clumped together. That's really nice looking. I'm going to rinse this a few times, and then we're going to dry it, and I'll do a further refining on it. That looks pretty good. So we've tared that out. It was dried, and here we are at 2.75. Let's say 2.74. We'll give it a second, but that's not too bad, man. That's pretty good. Oh look, it just keeps getting better. So that's funny. So this is the gold that has been refined. It's e-waste that was dropped with SMB, and you can see it's still got some contaminants in it. It's been refined only one time, dropped with SMB. Now I'm going to show you what the difference is. That's what dropped with iron sulfate, and man, that's just phenomenal.